Wednesday night here in Houma, Terrebonne Parish. And at the SCIA Banquet, Kelly Bonvallian of Shamrock Management Systems received the Tillman Esteve Award. State Representative Gordan Dove was honored with the President's Award, and Chef John Folse was the guest speaker. We now show you highlights of that event.
I am proud of my year as president. It's been a good year. The board members are great and very supportive. I want to thank all my chairmen. That includes Laurie Davis, Simone Malloys, Henri Boulet, Kelly Bonvallian, Paula Rome, Danny Lott, Willard Robinson, and Nicole Blanchard. I also want to give a special thank you to Jane Arnett and Kathy Durawan. And most of all, you know, I would really like to thank my wife, my beautiful children who have endured torture and have really hung in there by my side. And I'd like to thank y'all most of all.
We spent a lot of time promoting Louisiana's cuisine and culture globally. We traveled quite a bit around the world. In fact, somebody mentioned a while ago something about swamp people. We just got back from New York, where we had a food truck decorated with all of the alligators on the outside of it and the swamp scenes and swamp music. And we change locations every 45 minutes or an hour to a new location, from Wall Street to Grand Central Station to the financial district. As we opened up the doors of our swamp truck and started to shove alligator sauce piquant and catfish coubillon, and people just started to line up outside, and all of a sudden it started to see the truck and realize that whatever was in it, if it was Louisiana, they wanted it in their mouth. You know, they could care less. But we travel around promoting Louisiana cooking because people are just so enamored, they're so excited about the uniqueness of who we all are here. And when we look around the room and see the folks here and all the different nationalities we represent, the backgrounds that we bring from families to the tables tonight, it's really incredible just how intriguing we are as a culture. And I'm sure in this room right now, I know at the head table there was a conversation taking place a minute ago, how since the success of some of these swamp type shows, fishing, there's another couple coming on right now, how many of us have been approached to do national and international series on cooking, but unfortunately they all want to go into the exotics, and they want to go in, whereas on PBS I'm much more about the authentic cuisine and culture of Louisiana. I want to embrace the entertainment's fine, but we have such a great story to tell, to be able to tell it in an accurate and authentic way and represent the cultures so honestly, I think is just the best story about Louisiana.
It's something that's always been bred in me, and before I knew it, that overwhelming group of strangers in my sorority soon became my best friends. And from there, they reminded me to get involved with my community and with Nichols, and they remembered all the hard work that I did. And actually, one of those sorority sisters was the person who recommended me for the job at ES&H, which then brought me to the SCIA. So, going back a little bit, I'm sorry, like I said, I talk too fast. When I walked into my very first SCIA meeting and I felt that overwhelming feeling of, oh God, all these strangers again, and they're all grown-ups this time. And I mean, Chet Morrison walked by me and I was like the real life Chet Morrison with a meeting with little old me. And I kind of got that nervous feeling all over again, but I remembered what I learned back in school, and I realized that SCIA was an organization full of people that really got things done, and I just felt so privileged to be a part of that, and I said, you know, I'm really going to do this. So that's when I went back to my office, and I emailed back then Miss Kathy, who I have been fussed many times for saying Miss, and I said, sign me up for a committee. So poor Kathy had no idea I was working for ES&H, but that didn't mean much of anything. I was brand new, and I didn't know very much about the regulatory industry. But like every other good salesperson's taught, I faked it real well. And I went in full force. I'm just kidding.
I'm very honored and humbled. I mean, you know, I enjoy going to Baton Rouge. I enjoy, working with Reggie Dupre in the past, and Joe Harrison, who's here tonight, and Norby Jabert, and Dee Richard, and Damon Baldone, and the rest of our delegation. And, we've accomplished a lot. And, of course, Chef John Folse, I'd like to tell him, of course, President Hulbert already knows it, and we've got $4.7 million for the Culinary Institute, and there's another $2.5 million in the budget, which is backed, in the capital outlay bill, which is backed by Governor Jindal. And, of course, that was a real concerted effort of Senator Norby Jabert, Representative Joe Harrison, and Dee Richard were really, really instrumental in getting this, and the Chief of Staff, Timmy Teeple. So it's still, the other $2.5 million still has to go through the process, but that'll give us a total of $7.2 million. And I believe they're in the process of raising some personal funds, private funds for it. So, with that, that's, I know that's been a big discussion here tonight, so I wanted to bring that up. And President Hulbert's very well aware of it, and we're excited, with the way the budget is, to have an extra $2.5 million for the Culinary Institute. And who would have thought today that we'd have 4 floodgates under construction in Terrebonne Parish, and the guy to the right, to my right, he's owed a great round of applause because he's been instrumental. And please give it to Tony Alfred on the levy board president, because he's really deserves a lot of it. He's been tireless.
As I look back at the terms of our past presidents, it becomes very obvious that during their term, they have each faced some type of challenge. Some have dealt with lack of membership. Some have dealt with lack of membership participation. Some with natural disasters, and some with man-induced disasters. But with all of this, they've had one thing in common. That is the strength, professionalism, and courage of the people who make up SCIA and have supported them in these challenging times. Through good times and hardships, SCIA has stuck together to fight all issues that face us as a business community. Now, I'm not going to try to predict the future, but I'm sure there will be issues that will affect us in some way or another. But rest assured that we will not lay down and ignore these challenges. My committees and executive staff and I will fight to keep SCIA the voice of our business community and an active force to be reckoned with.
Congratulations to all of those who were honored at the SCIA banquet, and the outgoing president, of course, is Tony Alfred. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give you a little collage of other things that happened, good news stories in and around our area. It's all next as the rain comes down on Bayou Time. All right, welcome back as we count down the weekend review as the rain falls in Terrebonne Parish, much needed rain. That's also news this week anyway. But we're now going to end weekend review with some of the lighter news packages, including the Bubba Dove Fishing Rodeo, some talks from Jack Rodrigue, talks about the George Rodrigue Foundation, NSU segment, which featured Nichols baseball, and we also had a benefit for Sam Stuflay here on Bayou Time. We'll take a little look at all of those.
Today we're finishing up what we started a year and a half ago, right? And that was to take care and feed the black sheep, going and coming back. And today makes full circle, exactly a year and a half ago today, since we gave them that supper at the Civic Center. If you look at the medal, it has Welcome Home Black Sheep 6-5-11, and on the back side, we gave each soldier a coming home medal. And also we gave them a medallion from the VFW Ladies Auxiliary. This is to show honor for the service that